Good afternoon, everyone. So we have enough strength, and now we can start. Sorry for the delay of 1 minute. You can say yes. So yesterday we had cover a lot of things, lot of stuff. So let me just go back to the pointer where exactly I have left you guys. So hope this one pretty much clear. This topic, yeah. So I was there in Seek, and I was explaining you about example, one of the example of Seek. I don't know whether you guys have got that or not, but yeah, let me start from that onwards. So first of all, just Seek, what it does is it sets the current file position in a file stream, and also it return the new position. Okay, when I say new position, that means it is gonna take you to the first position actually. Okay, after that you can say here it takes the file handle to the nth location from the beginning. Suppose I'm gonna specify seek 9. So what it does, it is gonna take that handler to the ninth location actually. Okay, so from that onwards it is gonna point it out. Okay, so let me just give you a quick example on Jupyter notebook. So let me go to my Jupyter notebook, and I have created yesterday. I have gave you this example, but still, let me create some sort of new example. So let me just run this. What I have done here, I am trying to open this difference of read lines dot text, and then RW. I have tried to open it, trying to read it using read line, and as well as read. I'm trying to insert seek in between. Okay. So let me see what exactly the output we are going to get. Now here you can see the output is like Python class, okay, Oracle, Java, and Java class. So to do not make any confusion, let me just write here print, okay, print, and make it here something like this. And same thing should I repeat on on various places. So after this, I'm gonna write like this. Before this, I'm gonna place like this. And after this, let me print out all this. Okay, fine. Let me see. Now you can see here what it does is what is in my file. In my file there is written Python class, Oracle class, Java class. These three things are have been written there. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it as in 0 location. That means it is in this location. Now if and I'm trying to read line. So when I'm trying to read line, then it will just read what? It will read this line. It does. Now after that, what happens? Again, I'm trying to go into the same 60. Now again, if I will use read 5, then it is gonna read till this point. Now here in between, what I'm trying to do is let me make here, let me comment out these things. Let me show you what exactly it is. And I'm gonna read entire thing, but I want my seek to be at 9th position. Let's say, okay. Let me see what exactly the output you guys are going to get. We will see. Okay, let me run this. Yes, now you can see here. Sorry, let me just take it as instead of 9, let me take it as 11. Run it. Yep. Now you can see here, before applying seek, my pointer is at 0th location and everything we are getting like this. Now after applying seek, I am telling here, telling seek to go to this location, 11th location. So if you will read here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Now it will read this s. Now it is gonna point to this yes, and then it will read so on. So you can see here it is gonna read from this onwards. Now instead of 11, let me just make it 6. Let me just see. You can see here Java and then class. Okay, so we are gonna read from the class onwards. So that is what class Seek does. Okay, guys, are we clear on Seek or not? If you want me to take another example, or you want me to, exercise more, then please do let me know. But what I'm what I feel like means it's pretty much clear, and pretty much, you can see in front of you the example pretty much clear actually. So guys, please do let me know. I just wanted to know from you all, like, do you need any other explanation on this, or should we move on? I am not getting any responses. What does that mean? Okay, somehow got move on. Okay, 528 said, sir, please move on. Thank you. Okay, so let me go back to my presentation so that we can look into what exactly we were looking. Now, just just have a look about this. Uh, I am pretty much sure like you guys must have, till now you guys have got to know what exactly it is, where exactly it is. So what exactly this means? If I'm just specifying and I'm specifying just a file name, in which mode is this? So it's a kind of mock interview, you can say mock test. In which mode is this? I want answers in my chat box. Guys, please just tell me, what does that mean? In which mode this particular method or function is in? So as I said, by default, open takes a read mode. So don't know, you guys are not able to concentrate on this or what? So it's a default mode actually. So default mode is what? Read mode. Now tell me, what about this W? No one is ready to, give answer. Okay. What about, do you guys have done anything on, WB? Did you learn this? I haven't teach you this. Now WB is what? WB comes when you are, right, you wanted to write in binary. Generally we don't do, but if, because of something, maybe something happened and you wanted to write back to the, in binary, then we have to apply WB access mode. And in the similar fashion, read B is also there when we wanted to read binary. I'm pretty much sure like nobody would like to, in binary to read any file. Now we can specify for when we wanted to read files with Unix or maybe Windows lines ending. Guys, are we clear on this or not? And I have just given, one simple example for line in input file, output file dot write. So what exactly, what all present in my input file, I wanted to, write in output file. Okay, so this is a kind of example which you can say like we have done here. So if you want to copy something from input file to the output file, then you can do in this manner. Okay, so guys, you want me to try this on, Jupyter notebook or what? Just I need one or two example, messages from you all. So you want me to try this on a Jupyter notebook, how exactly we can copy from one file to the another? Or you can say like we wanted to copy entire thing without present in my read file. I wanted to make that same copy present in, in a different file, and that is in write mode actually. So please guys, I just want from you all to hands on that, whether should I write whether should I write or not. Guys, please quickly, I want quick responses. If you will say yes, then definitely I will write, I will code in front of you all. If you don't want, then please do let me know. No responses yet. What do I understand with that? Guys, I am not asking you to code it. I'm asking you to tell me whether should I code it or not. Okay, few people have said yes. Thank you so much, guys. So just want you to aware about what exactly I'm trying to do here is we can copy entire thing because this is pretty much same. Just we will use different file. Okay, so we have, let me take some file. Okay, so here as you can see, like we have this file. We have different read lines files and everybody aware about what is present in different files. So these are the three lines which are present in different. So let me take that file as an input. So I'm going to write here different line and then take it as an input. Okay, I'm going to do this. By default everything comes in a read, and output file I'm going to give name of like output. Okay, so here output file, let me write output file, and then it's in write mode. And then what I want is whatever present in my input file, I'll take line by line everything, and I need to write back to the output file. Once this has been done, let me just make what? Any guesses? Any guesses? Okay, no guesses so far. So let me just output file, let me just close it. Nobody is giving any guesses, so I don't know why so. Okay, so now guys, let me share you the folder which I will be getting output. So what is the name of that output file is output underscore file. So I'm assuming there is no file inside my folder. Let me share you that folder. So yeah, this folder has been created for you all. So you can see like there is no file with the name of output. Okay, there is nothing in output actually. So now once we will run this, then we will come to know what exactly the output we will be getting. So now this is fine, pretty much clear, I guess. Now let me run this. I have run that. Now after that, let me just see whether I am getting anything on my folder or not. Yes, I am getting in my folder. What? Output underscore file. Let me open this and share with you all. Okay, pretty much what we were expecting. So you can see here Python class, Oracle class, Java class. These are three lines has been pasted in output file. So guys, I hope this clears you how exactly I have done this. Just I have written three lines of a code, nothing beyond that. Okay, so and I have just closed it because otherwise you might have tried to open and it will say like this file is busy, or maybe this file is open in another application, something like that. You can say like we will get some sort of error. Okay guys, hope this clears you. Now we will do let me give you the name of this one example. You can say like example to to read file and copy content of the file to another file. Yeah, and with this we can say like we are pretty much clear about what exactly we have done so far. Now after this, I want you I want you to do something, some exercise in Python. I will give you hint, but those hints are fine, but you have to think, you have to apply your brain somehow. Then only you can come to know how exactly sir has done that work. No doubt I am going to do that in front of you all, but what I want you, at least you should understand this. Okay, If you would be able to understand what exactly the logic I'm gonna use, what exactly I'm trying to do, then you would be able to apply your brain actually. So how exactly you want to do the same thing, okay, and you want to apply some different operation, how you guys are gonna do that? So that you need to understand, okay, how I am doing this code. You need to understand this, okay. So I have one problem which I faced in somewhere, I don't know. So I have taken that problem for you all. Let me share my this file after this. Yeah, so here the statement is we need to use dictionaries to count the occurrences. So I'm gonna count some occurrences. So let me just write here, use of dictionary, use of dictionary to count the occurrences. So how I'm gonna do and use this dictionary in a file handling as well. So my problem statement is we need to use dictionary to count the occurrences. So when I say to count the occurrences, then there is a file in which there must be something written on it, or maybe you can say like my name is repeated multiple times, let's say. Now I wanted to count that occurrences, how many times that has been occurred, or maybe you can say like how many times my name is appeared in that file. I wanted to know about that. Okay, so before to do that, let me just create one file for you all in front of you. So now you can see like how exactly I am creating the use case for you. I am trying to apply everything to to explain you all. Let me just open something called as Notepad. Okay, here I'm gonna write something. So if you want to see the file which I'm trying to write is, let me just share you all. Yes, so Python class being by taught by Praveen, and then I'm trying to write and Oracle class is being taught by Shukla, or maybe Shivam sir. We can say like now Java class is also taught being taught by Praveen. Now let me write in this manner. Okay, these three lines are fine. Now again I'm gonna write. What should I write? Praveen skills, or maybe full strength, and the students, my bad, students perform better in his class. Now this is what the content I have written. Let me save this onto the same same file where exactly I just wanted to count that occurrences. So I'm gonna write here names, names file. Let's say I am writing names file. Okay, now this file has been saved. Now let me go back to the program which I wanted to count the occurrences. So I am trying to write here, use of dictionary to count the occurrences. So let me write here name of the file, and then I need to write everything from the beginning. So what we need to do basically to do this step, what basically we need to do? So I'm just trying to show you how exactly we need to read this. Now we have this file. So what I'm trying to, I need to read line of this file. Okay, and I'm gonna use strip. Strip, what it does, it will split basically into how many strip we wanted to do, and then it is, I'm just writing in a name, and then I wanted to count something. I wanted to count that name, and name count I am writing here dot get name comma 0, and then whatever I'm getting here, I am writing here a plus 1. Okay, now, or second way to do the same thing is, now with this what we will get, do we get anything or not? Okay, let me see what exactly I'm trying to get. I'm trying to write here for name comma count in, I have created here one list which is nothing but the name count list, and there what I'm trying to do is, with the name I am just storing the count as well. So what I'm trying to write here, name count dot item, then I am trying to print this name comma count. Let me run this and let me see what exactly the output I am going to get. What exactly, name count is not being defined. So name count is what is a list. So I'm trying to write name count is equal to like this. List object has no attribute dot get. Now here I am trying to use this one. Now I need to use what, dictionary. So guys, anybody can give me some answer, how exactly we can use a dictionary, how exactly we can write dictionary like this. You can see here Python class taught by Praveen, this is counted giving as 1. Now Oracle class is being taught by Shivam sir, it is giving count to 1. This one count 1. This one count again 1. Now you can see like what exactly we are trying to do is, here we are trying to find out name, but how exactly you will rectify the name. So somewhere you need to find it out what exactly the name already present. Okay, so I am trying to do here is line dot strip. Okay, now there is here everything comes like in one line, it is counting 1, every line is being counted as 1, but my exercise is not to do this. My exercise is, I want to fetch the name from entire string. I want to fetch Praveen, I wanted to fetch Shivam, I wanted to fetch again Praveen, and then Praveen, I just wanted to print the count of that. So basically I want my output has to be Praveen comma 3, 1 2 3, and then Shivam comma 1. So that is what my output I am expecting. So this is just for you guys, for you all, one of the homework which you need to complete by tomorrow. Okay, so actually I want my output should be like this. Praveen, here the count has to be 3. Shivam, the count has to be 1. This is what I am expecting my output, and now you guys need to do this. So I have given you overview how exactly you can do actually. Now you have to apply brain how exactly you can find Praveen, how exactly you can find Shivam. It's a just overview which I gave how exactly you can do the naming count using the dictionary. So it's a just example and I'm treating everything every line as in single. That's it. Okay. Now with this we can move on to the next topic. So guys, everybody, I need answers by tomorrow. Okay, please do it. It's a kind of exercise. If you want me to repeat, I can again repeat, but it's a just exercise. Guys, are you getting my point or not? If yes, okay. If no, I can't do anything because I have already taught you dictionary. I have already discussed about file access and file mode. So now we can move on to the next topic, which is what? Which is object oriented programming. I don't know how many of you are aware about this. One thing I know, like you guys are attending one class, oops classes. So there also you must have learned about object oriented. So guys, I want somebody, or maybe one or two or maybe three, you guys can tell me what exactly object oriented means, object oriented programming means. I am trying to give you all, you know and it is good thing if you will speak in front of me, please, because if somebody will ask feedback and somebody will ask who is performing well and who is good in your class, then I should have to take some names. Then with that, what I'm asking is, how many of you are aware about object oriented programming? What does that mean? So I need answers from you all. So one by one, I need you just raise your hand, okay, and then I will explain you what exactly you are trying to say. Guys, you are also attending one class, object oriented oops classes, and after that classes also you are not able to speak a single line. Then what is the point of having that class? Please raise your hand and please speak and tell to everyone this is what exactly oops means. At least give a try. Guys, I'm not saying you have to give exactly right answer. It is fine if you will speak, that is also fine for me. I need you to speak, or else I will call with the roll number. Will it be okay if I will call with roll number? Okay, you guys are wanted me to do this. 586, can you please unmute yourself and please speak? 586. 586. Okay. So when I asked 586 to tell, she or he has left the call. Okay, somebody has written. Okay, 558. Thank you so much. 558, can you please unmute yourself and speak?
Sir,
Yes. First of all, thank you so much, 558. I really appreciate this kind of, ownership, the way you have, tried to, tell in front of me. Okay, please go on.
Object-oriented programming is the method of implementation of programs in which each are organized as a cooperative collection of objects.
Okay.
Which represents instance of class.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. 558. 525, please. You can tell. Unmute yourself.
The constructor are used to initialize the member variable and the destructor are used to destroy the object.
Okay. So this is what you are trying to, use and learn. You guys have learned on, C++ language or C languages, if I'm not mistaken. Is that I'm right? That is what you have learned. Constructor are used to initialize the member variable and destructor are used to destroy the object. That's what? 525. Just please give me a response.
Sir?
Is that what that mean? You guys have learned same thing on a C or C++?
C++, sir.
Okay, fine. Now 509 new programming approach has been developed. You are absolutely wrong. You are correct when you say it's a programming approach, that is fine. But new programming approach has been developed, I'm not able to understand. So 525, 5258, thank you so much for your, participation on this. And I would like another one or two students to participate on the same. So they don't want to raise their hand. So I just wanted to call out. 528. Please unmute yourself and please speak.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please tell me.
Object-oriented programming is a method of programming.
Okay, that's what you want. You wanted to say. Okay, cool. That is also fine. Thank you. 520. You are pretty much near to the definition. 520. Can you speak?
Sir, object-oriented programming language where data can be organized in terms of classes and objects, and to improve better accessibility and security of data.
Okay, thank you. Thank you
and
so
it
much.
has some features.
Go on.
Abstraction, encapsulation, and
okay,
inheritance and
okay, classes,
reusability,
objects.
classes, objects.
Thank you. 520. I want everyone to clap. At least she has, given pretty much close to the definition what exactly it is. Thank you so much. 525 actually. I guess it's a 525 only. Is it? Yes. Okay. With this, we are pretty much close to the definition. And truly speaking, I wanted to applaud to this, girl. Thank you so much for this. Okay. Thank you. Now, what next? Let me see what exactly I'm, writing in object-oriented program. So Python support various programming approaches, and one of them is to solve programming a problem by creating an object, which is known as object-oriented programming. Okay. Basically, object has two features. So when I say object has two features, object has attributes and behavior. So guys, as you guys are, pretty much aware about, suppose 525 has spoken and, she said like, this is what definition is. So she has one feature which I can derive it. She is, intelligent. She is good girl. Basically, this is what she is actually, when I say she, that is nothing but the attribute. That is, gender, basically. So it's a kind of attribute. When I say she's good and she's spoken very nicely and she has told us like what exactly the definition is, that means that is a behavior. Okay. So here I have given, that is why I keep on asking you guys to please answer that, because I wanted to take examples of you all. So a human can be an object. So she is an object, and you all are also an object. So because object, when I say object, that means it has name, age, weight. These are nothing but the attributes. So that is why she must have her name, and she must be 21, 22-year old, or maybe 19 or 20-year-old. Some weight she persists. Now she is, whether she is talkative, she is lazy, or maybe anything which you wanted to define the behavior, so you can name it as. Okay, so this is what the object actually it is. Now the concept oops being used in Python is to make or maybe create reusable code. So once I created some code, and it's a very lengthy code, you can say, I wanted to use some features of that code, or maybe I wanted to use entire features of that code into some other class, or maybe in some other places. Now with the help of oops, I can do that. I can reuse my entire code which I have written for some other purposes, or maybe I have written for something else. Okay, so that is actually where we use this oops concept, because sometimes it happens we have written once and try to use the same thing multiple times. So that is why generally in our world we used to call as an write it once, use it as many times as you require. Okay, so please apply this. If you are a good coder, then you will write very hard coding you will do once only, and then whenever somebody will ask to add some feature, somebody will ask to add something else, then you will do small stuff, but you won't do any big stuff. Now with the same time, when somebody will come and somebody will ask you, can you please implement this, she or he would be able to do that, because they have already implemented once. Now they are pretty much familiar with what also the concept is, and they can try to build the same thing. And now if somebody you can hire instead of, in place of that guy who left your organization, then he is also gonna do some dig dive into the entire process and entire code and what exactly we do. So you know there only it is gonna help us. Now let me just move on to the class. What is class? So we have learned about object first of all. Then what is class? In simple way, class is a blueprint for the object. When I say blueprint for the object, what does that mean? What do you mean by blueprint? So are you getting my, what does that mean? Blueprint. What do you understand with blueprint? See, blueprint means, suppose somewhere you are trying to use something, or maybe you just know some features. Now in the manual you have written everything, what exactly this feature says, why this feature is being given, what is the definition behind this feature, something like that. You can just correlate your manual book. Okay, your manual book. Okay, inside that everything is being defined, or maybe everything is being written. Now in the same feature, if you wanted to use, you won't get manual. You just get one sort of a sticky note, or maybe you can say like one sort of paper, where you will just get, with this you can just open the door, with this you can just close the door, with this you can just maintain your freezer, or maybe maintain your temperature, something like that you will get. Okay, so this is nothing but the blueprint. Okay, because in class you are trying to define everything, you are trying to give all the details, you try to describe everything, and that particular class is gonna be used in the case of object. So that means object, it is, that is why it is written as class is a blueprint for the object. So object doesn't need to know anything, because it knows class is having that entire thing. Class has definition, class has details. Okay, so now here example, if you will talk, a human can be an object and class has all the details and description about the name. So everybody, last time you have, heard about when I say human is nothing but an object. Now class has all the details. When I say all the details, means it contains attributes, it contains behavior, what all attributes you do have, that is being there in the class. What all behavior do you have, that is also there mentioned in the, in what, in class. Okay, so that is why I kept the definition very simple. A human can be an object and class has all the detail and description about the name. Okay, let's say, means I'm taking one of the example, Ravi Kiran. Ravi Kiran name I know. Age, I just wanted, I just wanted to write the age. I will get the weight as well. I will write those things in a class, every description. And I'm pretty much aware about, like, this is nothing but an object. Now with this, we can get all the details about the human. So somebody will come to me and want to, I details about Ravi Kiran, then what it is trying to say? So he must have created some object. It is going to access that class of, class, using that an object. So it is gonna, call a class which is nothing, which belongs to what? Which belongs to what? Which belongs to, and which belongs to entire description, or maybe you can say like your all the details present in that class. Okay, so how exactly you can define the class, how exactly you can create this? So I have created here simple empty class, so using the class keyword. Okay, so here I have written class, and in front of that you can see the name human. So I am just trying to create one class, empty class, with the name of human. That's it. Okay, so you can see I have just written class and human. I don't know how many of you remember this pass. So guys, if you do not remember this pass, that means you need to recall, or maybe you need to revise my entire lectures. Okay, and here I have clearly mentioned I'm gonna create empty class using the class keyword. So I have created this, and later on the time, I wanted to define something, then I can write here some definition, or maybe some sort of description. Are you getting my point or not, everybody? Is that clear? I'm not getting responses. What does that mean? Is that clear so far or not? Because it's a kind of repetition, because you're already learning this. Thank you. I got some reply from few people. Thank you so much. Now, here we can construct instances using the class, which we can do later on. Now, let me take few examples how exactly the classes are. So here I have mentioned class with class name and then object here, and you can write your statement. Now here I have mentioned class name and then object, a simple example here, nothing but some definition and then f, then self and return, then that's it. Now what else? Here it is mentioned class, derived class name, base class actually, and then here some statement. So basically I had just trying to explain you about all the different classes actually. So this is nothing but the one type of class. This is where exactly you have some sort of definition. This class contains just a statement. Okay, this class contains one method, or you can say one function here, okay, with the name of f. Now this class is nothing but the derived class, and here you are trying to write this is the derived class name, and it is being derived from the base class, so you have to pass that base class name. That's what. Okay, anything else we have? Yes, we have object. Now we have learned about class. And now let me talk about object. So an object is an instance of a class. Okay, so you have one instance which you can create, the class which you have already created. So an object is an instance of that particular class. So when the class is defined, that means what exactly it does, only the descriptions, no memory or no storage is being allocated for the object which is being defined. So when I say object, so object is what? It's a kind of it's a instance of a class. So when I say object, then you need to understand that there is no memory is being allocated, no storage is being allocated when you are just trying to create an object, or maybe you just created an instance. Okay, and when the class is defined, that means what? That means the description for the object is being mentioned there. So you're trying to create an instances of the object, and all the description present for the particular object is already defined in what? In the class. An object of human class, here I'm just trying to give you an example. An object of a human class. So human class, I have created in the beginning. Here you can say somewhere here I have mentioned, yeah, here I have created this class human. Now in the case of object, I am trying to use that object, so I am just creating instance of a class. Okay, so here class human class is already there. Now I am creating instance, so here human and then object. You just need to write name, like you can write object 1, you can write object 2, and something else. Now here what? Object is an obj is an object of a human class. So human class which is already you have defined, and then you are trying to use here. So maybe you can write all this stuff in a class here, and then I will try to consume it. Guys, are we clear or not? If yes, do let me know. No, then again please do let me know. We are pretty much clear. Okay, now we have maybe we will try to do some exercise on object and class, how to create object and how to create class, and then we can take one simple example in which I have trying to access and try to create object and class. So I just wanted to give you a glimpse about it. This is what I have created, this object and class. Okay, here I have created the class human, and then I have created some attribute which is nothing but the gender, Here I have given instances attribute. Then here I have mentioned we instantiate the human class. We can see that. And to access the class attribute, what exactly the concept we need to use, we can access the handler, or maybe you can say we can access the instances attribute using what. So this is what is going to be in the next class. With this I wanted to close today's session. Just wanted to you all know from you all, we are pretty much good or not, we are going good, our pace is good or not. As I am speaking fast, I'm going fast or what. Please, I need responses from you all. Please ping me as soon as possible so that I can close my session. Nobody is trying to ping me. That's really bad. No, nobody would like to give, okay, okay, okay. Thank you so much. Somebody is saying, sir, your class is good and you are going slow. Thank you so much. That's what I think you guys want me to do in the beginning. Okay, thank you so much. I'm getting good responses from you all. Everybody is saying clear, sir, understood, sir. Your class is good, sir. So thank you so much. Okay. So with this, we can close today's session. We can, start tomorrow this class and object. I will create one class and I will create the object. How to access that, we will see in the next class. Thank you so much. Thank you for the participation. Enjoy the day. Okay.